Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Ask the OG. I get a lot of mail, and I'm getting a lot of questions about tariffs and the Trump administration and their approach to what they're doing to trade and supply chains all around the world. Well, let me take a step back. Overall, I am very sympathetic to what's going on in this administration. I'm very sympathetic to peace. I'm very sympathetic to transparency. There's been, over decades and decades, there have been so much corruption built into the DC system. And I think this administration is exposing it. I mean, they're just scratching the surface. It goes very, very deep. But they are exposing that we have a pay to play government. If you want something to happen, you pay. And how money gets distributed for political means and not really to serve us, the citizens. So I'm very sympathetic to a lot of these efforts. And I'm also very happy about this administration's policies around crypto and digital assets. I do think we're going to get a very positive outcome and allow Web3 to really flourish. So that's very exciting. But I am not happy about this whole approach to tariffs. Bottom line, a tariff is a tax. It's just a tax. And any way you look at it, you could just simplify it as a tax. And what Trump is out there saying is U.S. companies built their factories overseas and they should be building them in the U.S. And I'm sympathetic to that. Who isn't sympathetic to that? The fact is, capital flows to where it's treated best. If I can build tennis shoes in Vietnam or China a lot cheaper and more efficiently than I can in California, well, I'm going to do that. Well, the Trump administration is saying no more. Build your factories in the United States and you'll avoid tariffs. But I have to tell you, the way they're going about it is chaotic. It's crazy. It's like one day we're going to do this, the next day we're going to do that, and then we're going to up the ante on China. And I'm just not a fan of what's going on here. And I wish everyone would take a deep breath and really communicate clearly what our policies are. Now, they're really playing a geopolitical game with China. China's our major competitor. Their economy is growing and will overtake the size of the U.S. economy. By virtue, they have 1.5 billion people. We have 400 million people. They have approximately 4 times the population. Their economy is going to be bigger. That's just the way it is. We have to accept that and embrace it and not think of them as this enemy. I don't think of China as an enemy, but this administration does. And we're in this transition of going from a unipolar world where essentially the United States was the sole superpower of the world. But now there's China, and then Russia's there too as a military power. But China is the major economic power. And I don't really know what's going on in terms of their thinking about China and how we're going to defeat China. But I'll tell you this, aggressive moves to try and slow down the Chinese economy and hurt the Chinese growth it's just going to blow back. It's just going to hurt us. I mean, massive amounts of U.S. investments gone into China. Do we really want that all tossed out the window? Do we really want all the supply chains that have been built over decades destroyed? I don't think so. I think there's a more rational approach to these problems, and I really am not happy about this whole approach to tariffs. It really is a geopolitical game they're playing with China, which involves military strategy and other issues. There's all kinds of geopolitical issues, but I'm not a fan of their approach here. I really hope calmer minds prevail and that we get a very clearly communicated approach to tariffs. Uncertainty is really bad. It's really bad for markets, although it may be good for Bitcoin. And that's got to play out. It may be uncertainty is good, may be good for crypto. It's certainly good for gold. Gold has continued to rise, but I really hope the Trump administration gets clear-headed and focused and communicates its strategy calmly and with everybody's best interest in mind, because this haphazard approach has not been good. Anyway, send me your questions. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening to another episode of Ask the OG.